you ever wondered why sometimes you're happy and other times you're not? Yet nothing has really changed? What if I told you the answer has been finally deciphered? Good morning. Could it be that no matter the circumstance, if you present positive 1 plus 2 plus 3, that anyone will be temporarily happy and believe? Could it be possible? Until we're presented or reminded of negative 1 plus 2 plus 3. Or really, it should be 1 minus 2 minus 3. So what does this mean? Is it possible that happiness and belief is merely a path? I could be torturing you. Yet if I let you meet the hot Latina girl you want to date, she brings you coffee. You laugh. You dance. She cooks for you your favorite meal, carnitas. Then you go outside and you walk with her dogs, holding hands. Are you happy? This is your dream. Beep, 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 beep. Timer goes off. 2 hours have passed. Back to your torture room right now. Remember that one time you failed at something? The girl immediately vanishes. Poof, gone. Suddenly, you only get reminders of all the negative people in your life who have caused you problems. When you experience loss, the mental thoughts and attacks don't stop. This is why nobody likes you. This is why you're not good at anything. This is why you're useless. This is why you're worthless. Make it stop. Now loud music is playing that you hate. All the sounds that you find annoying, the scents, everything, the visuals, everywhere you look, it's just reinforced. Then you get quiet, but you hear Shepherd Star call out to you, a voice from the void. Interrupt! Dun dun. Have you guys ever had cheese with sauce? Queso con salsa? It's pretty good. You know that there's aliens in the sky and lightning clouds that appear? Wait, what? Could peppermint extract be a symbol of progression because you learned how to use it cooking without a recipe? Huh? What are you talking about? Yeah, because this is the illusion of Gaia. What's the illusion of Gaia? I mean, I'm lost. Wait, did you have a pet when you were a kid? What was their name? What school did you go to when you were 6? Do you remember? Where were you at? What did you study? What clothes did you wear? What's 56 plus 33? Then minus 1. Divided by 11? Wait, 56 plus 33 is 89 minus 1, 88? Divided by 11? 88 divided by 11. Oh. Let the birds fly! Most of you are completely lost right now. Some of you might have even turned off the video. Like, what is this? That is an interrupt. That is deviating the path that you're currently on. Most of us get consumed. Most of us start getting presented a 1, a plus 2, a plus 3. It's either positive or negative. You must learn what they are. And once they start getting repeated, we start walking further down the path. If I tell you, I want you to get to plus 10 of whatever you want, and that's when you do something, or that's when you feel happiness, or that's when you believe, or that's when you remember, that's when you care, that's when you do. Well, if I present you a plus 1, I'm like, okay, you like peppermint extract, plus 1. Oh, you like the word illusion of Gaia, plus 2. Oh, you like pets, plus 3. Oh, you like school, plus 4. Oh, you like doing solving math problems, plus 5. Do you understand? Now you would be on a positive path because now we got to 10 or past 10. Now you believe. But what if during that path, all of a sudden I tell you guys, hey, do I have coffee in this mug or water? Why is some bread brown and some bread white? Why do I have a rock in this contraption? What is this? Sometimes I drink water from this, but could I use this as an interrupt? Do you guys see where you were at mentally gets completely interrupted and you get taken to a new spot? That is the power of an interrupt. So that's what we did there. It can be used against positive and it can be used against negative. Either way, it's a great tool to use consistently to reset you, just to start fresh. I'm like, okay guys, fresh start. Now what? So that's what we just did. Believe. Remember. Why did you, forget how amazing you are? Has anyone told you that today? You deserve to be reminded of that every single day. Every single day. Doesn't matter. Every single day, every morning, every evening, someone should be telling you that you're amazing. For how much you do and for how much you have overcome, you are incredible. I'm proud of you. You're so talented. I know you can achieve anything you have. You've done incredible things every single day. And if you could look at it without a foggy lens from a distance, you would realize how much you've achieved. You're so good. You're capable. You've always been. They just made you think that the skills and the things that you have doesn't matter. And what they have is what actually matters. They're wrong. That's not the case. Your way is the way. Your approach, it's incredible. We need you to be you. Your smile. I don't know if anyone's told you this, but your smile, you don't smile enough. We all don't. It's what lights up rooms. Your laugh is what makes us believe. Your words, your questions, they're what make us consider that there are other ways. When you're not contributing, it's just not the same. The way you think about things is like no other. No one is like you. The paths that you walk, you inspire countless others just by being you. They might not tell you this, but believe me, they need you. They always have. So let this be the moment that you, remember, I am worth it. Say it with me. I am amazing. I'm incredible. I got this. I need to keep doing my way. My uniqueness is what makes me special. I don't need to blend in with what the rest doing, what the world tells me matters and what's good and what's important and what's special and what's right. My uniqueness, who I am, I need to just do that every single day. Why did you stop doing the things you love? They're awesome. They're you. Don't let them stop you. Don't let them make you think that they're not great things. You know what's your positives. You always knew. You just let other things sneak in there. That's okay. Because you know what? Anyone would be lucky to meet you. To have a chance and an opportunity to pick your brain, to get to know you, to understand you. You bring blessings wherever you go, and you make every place better. Reclaim control of the narrative. It's time, don't you think? Be free. No longer let them tell you what your worth is. You are able to do anything. You always have been. Break free. That shackle that's holding you back, that chain, it's gone. March forward. It's time for a new future. The one you write. You've always had the pen. You just let it fall on the floor. Now you get to decide because you can do anything. I know you have. You've done it every single day. That's why you're here today. You're gonna succeed. I know it. And now that you believe, wait, do you believe? How do you feel right now? Do you even remember what we were talking about at the beginning of this video? Do you? Do you remember all the things? Maybe now that I mentioned it, we can start going back down the path. Do you guys see? Look at that owl over there. The owl sees things that other people don't. I am giving you knowledge that took me years of deciphering and deconstructing how they did it to make me sad and negative and forget. This is how we can do it for positive, for belief, for hope. All it is giving yourself the feeling. All it is giving yourself the feeling of happiness, of belief, of hope. Nothing has actually changed yet. Do you guys understand? Nothing has actually changed yet because you still need to walk forward and do whatever action, or you don't. Do you guys understand? You could choose to just live in that feeling. But you're now protected because the negative reminders or anything negative doesn't add up anymore. And if you start catching that negative is starting to be presented, a plus 1 and -2 and -3, oh gosh, we're at -7, we get to -10, I'm going to be very sad. Then you have to interrupt it and you start again. I'm telling you guys, this is how you can operate day in and day out on happiness, on a path of belief, on a path of hope. It makes everything easier. Is easy good? No. Which is funny because I'm always pushing for challenging yourself and self-limiting yourself. But that, you see, then once everything else is easier, now we can choose to focus and create our own self-intentional limits and challenges. Hey, you know what? I was pretty reliant on coffee before. I'm gonna stop drinking coffee and see if I can function at my best. It's a little more challenging, but I'm managing. You wanna know why? Because I'm doing other things to get me to a path of belief, a path of happiness, a path of hope, despite whatever my circumstances are. So then I can function at a higher level. And when I'm functioning at a higher level, everything is easier. So it means I'm not focused on those things. I don't have to focus on the things that I'm just doing every single moment. I can focus on whatever task I set my focus on. And that's the difference, guys. So then you can start performing. And then when that happens, you can notice evidently, obvious, it doesn't matter what it is, because remember, you created your own self-positive path of belief, of hope, of happiness. You feel that way because once you identify and learn your positives, you can literally just place them +1, +2, +3, +4, +5. You keep presenting them. You create an order for yourself. You don't have to always do the same thing, but it could be music, could be visuals, could be scents, could be food, could be all the senses, right? That's how they're attached to experiences, video games, movies, right? And it just has to be a nudge. It doesn't have to be the full experience, right? So right now, I enjoy playing challenging video games. I don't have to play like Final Fantasy right now to get the full experience. I could listen to a song from it that teleports me to when I did that experience. Do you guys get it? That's sufficient as a +1. And I'm like, I enjoy eating queso con salsa, cheese with sauce, from back in my day, when my childhood. And then I had positives with my girlfriend back in the day when I had one. So now I can just say, oh, look, boom, that's another positive, and so forth. You guys understand? And this activity, wearing this outfit, this is my shepherd coat, my shepherd talisman. Do you guys understand? These are my positives. So if I add them, I can start getting on a path. You guys have to identify what yours are, because then whatever activity you focus on, you're able to do so just at a much higher level, because you don't have to worry about the other things. Think about it like you're removing, if you don't have to move, if you were on a walk and you didn't have to move, think about it, you were getting pushed by anything, right? By the wind. And you were doing that. When you're getting pushed by the wind, you can now, since you don't have to focus on walking, you can look around. Do you guys understand? You're just looking around. You're watching everything. You're seeing, oh, there's a lion over there. No matter how many times I fall, I still rise. And oh, like, what is that? Is that a crayon? There's a star. Like, do you guys see, like, your focus is different because there's less noise. There's less things that you have to pay attention to. But what does this mean? Because now you're in a path of belief before you started that walk, and you're letting the wind just guide you. What ends up happening is that if at any point you get a negative, it immediately does interrupt you. You feel the interrupt. Because remember, I told you guys self-created your path of happiness, your path of belief, your path of hope. So all of a sudden, you get something that's presented to you. Usually it's a direct mental insert into your head. You guys call it intrusive thoughts. Those are not an accident, by the way. Those are planned. So they try to set something up. And it could even be just from when you're talking, you can self-nudge yourself a negative, because then they push something into your head, a reminder. But it could be that you just walk outside and all of a sudden someone walks by and you don't feel as good anymore. You need to pay attention to that, because that means that was set up as a negative. Now, if it's something that's in your castle, you should be worried, because that means that they programmed negatives to something in your castle. So you guys need to pay attention, right? So if it's like your own girl or something that you're dating, then you're like, ooh, I need to work on that. I need to fix that. Or else we're not going to last, because that means they programmed a negative to that. So whenever you see her, whatever she does is negative. They programmed that repeatedly by her doing something. And then every time she does it, you got nudged, feeling annoyed. You guys understand? That's how they do that. If every time you see me, you're like, oh, it's the shepherd star. Yeah. So now anytime you guys see this talisman, this symbol, this lion, this Final Fantasy VIII Griever talisman, you're like, oh, shepherd star. Do you guys understand? Now, if you guys see this, you can even go on Amazon right now and see this same necklace or this symbol. Type in Griever, Griever. Type that in, or type it in on Google Images. Do you guys understand? If each one you see and you just keep saying shepherd star as you look at it, you will program yourself to start thinking of me, shepherd star, every single time. This is how they do it, by the way, to create negative paths for all of us. So what I'm saying is, if you let the wind guide you after you've created your positive path of happiness, of belief, of care, what you're going to pay attention to is you can take a step back, because everything is easier. I'm telling you, you just function differently. Just think about it. When you guys were at your best, doesn't matter what it is. For many of you, you relied on something external. You relied on a reward. So for example, you finally got that trip that you finally wanted to go to, the resort trip, and you got to go with the hot girl, Valentina. Oh my gosh. She's in that bikini, right? And all of a sudden, you feel great. Like everything is easy. You just have hope. You're laughing, you're smiling. You walk forward with strength, with confidence. And when that happens, if anything interrupts it, if anything changes it, that's when you get to see what they're trying to use as a negative. I'm telling you guys, that's how you can start identifying negatives if you can't identify it for yourself. It's the most important thing that we must do. It doesn't matter. You must learn your positive, you must learn your negatives, because they install them in us. Do you understand? And some of them we self-created for ourselves, both positive and negative, but it doesn't matter. Once they're created, unless you know how to rewrite them, which is an ordeal that is far beyond most of your capabilities right now, you'll get there. But if you're just starting to learn this knowledge, you're not there yet. So what does that mean? It means that once you identify your positive and negatives, you need to do everything possible to push away and create distance from the negatives and avoid them, and only present to yourself the positives. Because then if you start doing something new where it's neutral, where there could be challenges presented, there could be things, even if a negative pops up, you'll be okay. But you guys understand, immediately you're like, oh, you have to start rewriting. You can immediately be like, oh, nope, gotta start adding a positive. They just put a negative. Oh, wait, what's that one song that I like from Lion King? He lives in you, we are one. All right, let's continue. You guys see, you do a little interrupt, and then you walk forward with some positives over and over again. And I'm telling you, that way you can remain on your positive. I challenge all of you, if you start practicing what I'm saying right now, pay attention, because what you're going to notice is that all of a sudden, you're going to get attacked more. All of a sudden, there's going to be a lot of negatives that start appearing out of nowhere. A lot of noise is going to start occurring, and you don't really understand why. And I'm saying, because now for the first time, you're paying attention to that. You're paying attention to when you're positive and when you're negative. Now that you understand that, wait, could belief and happiness be a programmed, repeatable path? What do you guys think? Could belief and happiness simply be a That was a lot, huh? It's not easy. It's not easy if it's the first time you're hearing these concepts. Do you guys understand? It's not easy, so we're gonna slow down a little bit right here. I'm gonna take a bite. You have to start identifying your positives. It's the most important thing that you can do. And your negatives, though. And I'm telling you, sometimes you guys are gonna be surprised. It doesn't matter what your negative is. Don't try to fight it. Don't try to walk into the fire until you're extremely leveled up and prepared. It's not worth it. For many of you, it might never be worth it again. If you don't like the sun, if that's a negative for you, I'm telling you, for most of you, the correct play for the longest time, for years, for months, oh, we got this, is going to be to never, ever go outside of the sun again until you have developed your strength, until you can identify all this, until you can practice what I'm preaching, which is learning your positives, interrupting it right away, and starting on a positive path over and over again. Until you get to that point, you have to avoid it. You have to prevent it. And I'm telling you, when you start doing that, and you're doing an activity, a new thing, what you're gonna start noticing is that no matter what you're doing, no matter what, all of a sudden, you can identify every single negative, because it's the timing of it, guys, right? Because it changes how you feel. That's how you know. Because if you didn't, there's a programmed feeling response to it. I'm like, wait, I don't feel as happy anymore. I don't feel as much hope. I don't feel as much belief. I don't feel like trying as much. I don't feel like exploring. I don't feel like helping. I don't feel like caring. I feel like making things easier. I feel like just rushing past things. I feel like just getting to the end. I feel like I just want the best parts. I feel like I don't want to enjoy the experience. I feel like I need money. I feel like I need a reward. I feel like I need validation. I feel like I need praise. You want to know how that happens? It's because you got attacked. Would you guys feel that way? You're getting attacked mentally, or they're using something around you to start the attack. Do you guys understand? So now let's flip it positive. So if happiness is just a path, does that mean that emotion is merely code? What do you guys think? Some of you might get scared when I say that. Code? Yeah, code. I use that word because it makes sense to me, because I learned programming when I was a kid, and I played video games, and I designed some video games when I was a child, RPG Maker and things of that nature and stuff like that. And I play a lot of video games, and I learned design, and I learned human design, and I learned video game design, and I learned how to create my own experiences, which is just always creating, right? It doesn't matter. I can play anything, I can watch anything, I can do anything, I can go to any location, and I can create my own experience. I don't need to do their curated experience. I create my own. So what I'm saying is that when you're creating your own, right, whatever you present, like for example, you could say this mug is code. Do you guys understand? Like, it holds water, that's code. I'm just using it to make it simpler to conceptualize, because otherwise it can get a little complicated. So every time I drink water, think about it like I get a +2 towards filling my thirst meter. Like, think about it, you like have a meter. And I'm no longer thirsty when I reach 30. It goes from 0 to 100. So if I drink water 15 times, I get to 30. Which means that I'm gonna be less likely to feel like I need to drink water. That's what I'm saying when it's code. So think about, like, every single thing that you see, every single thing that you do has a point value, has code to it. And I'm saying that what they try to do is they try to attach different point values to things. So drinking water is pretty neutral for me, but it's actually a positive, right? I think it's positive for most of us. We feel like we need it for survival. We probably do, as far as I know. Yet, you see, like, it makes us feel better, so it's a positive. So we drink water. But what if it didn't? Do you guys understand? And we only did it because we felt like we needed to. Well, then it would actually be a negative. It has negatives, but we're doing it because of a requirement, because of a punishment, because if we don't do it, then something bad will happen. So it's not going to make us happy. It's not going to make us have belief, but we just know why we're doing it. Do you guys see? But they attach certain things. It could even be something that you have to do. They could poison it. Do you guys understand? That means that if you feel that way with water, it means they poison water for you. Why would they do that? Well, would it make you want to drink soft drinks more? I think about it in Mexico. Like most people there are just drinking all the sugary drinks. What could that do? It could make people be more overweight. Do you guys see? If you poison water itself, oh wait, they don't have clean water. Right? You guys see? If you poison water itself, it forces people to do other things. So you have to start paying attention because they can poison any activity. What if they poison my videos, my posts, my streams, my talks? Do you guys understand? Well, then I would do it because I want to do it, or I know that what it can accomplish, but I don't feel as good doing it anymore. And you guys need to pay attention to that. That's what I'm saying, is that emotion is a code. Emotion is a code. Everything is a code, right? Do you guys get it? Every single thing is code. That's how it works. Think about it just like it's a live stream. Like there's like an invisible live stream around us, and it holds invisible plus value points. If you're a coder, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like you can just add variables. You can just call them whatever variable, like, oh, the water variable. And like every time they do this activity, +1 water variable. And for people who've never learned programming, I literally just think about it as every time I eat a piece of bread, right? I get +1 to it. It fills up my hunger. But also I have a lot of positives because this is German bread. So German bread is a positive for me because I'm half German. And I don't know, it tastes a little different and it brings back memories of my childhood. You see, like it has attached associations. So every time I eat German bread, I get a +2 happiness and I get +2 hunger, or it fills up the meter. Are we starting to understand? So what does this mean? That's how you can end up getting someone to do something. But also, what it can do is you can manipulate this to make yourself feel better. So I ask all of you, could listening to other people laughing, smiling, being happy, feeling accomplished after overcoming something challenging transfer that feeling to us? What have you noticed? In my reality, yeah. If I start laughing right now, you remember our dog knocked over the leg? Oh no. Some good memories. Do you guys have any good memories? Yeah. You see, like, if we start putting people, like if we all right now went to watch a movie or a concert of this star lady that is performing. She performs great music of belief, of hope, and all her songs are about just like, hey, we got this, we can change the world, we can do this. And it's like an hour performance. There's background dancers, na, 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 believe I know you can, and that's all it is. And there's like variations of that song over and over again, 1 hour, and there's lights and there's confetti and there's great scents that you enjoy. Do you understand? It doesn't matter where you were at an hour before that concert of the Star Girl. After that, you're going to feel different. Are you going to feel fully happy? Maybe not, if you didn't have enough of your positives, but you will still be reset. Do we get it? Because you look around, other people are smiling and laughing, and you're seeing all that. So I'm telling you guys, everything is just a path. Everything. So, is there an exception to this? Yeah. Anything you know they use as an attack. So, this is why I keep saying, learn your negatives, because in my reality, it's changed just a little bit. I feel like they're trying to get me to not do this as much anymore. So, pay attention to that, guys, right? Just pay attention to what changes when you do an action. But any ad that gets presented to me at this point is 99% of the time meant to be an attack. It's bad. Why? Because it's info we don't choose. Meaning that if it's magically good, it does help, but we don't get baited. What does this mean? If right now I tell you, hey, Have you played video games before? Yeah? Sweet. And I have a lot of recommendations for you to help you learn all these things, because you can create your own experiences in them without punishments. Oh, you haven't? Oh, you should try Phantasy Star Online. You should try Final Fantasy. You should try... What am I doing right now? I'm giving you info. You might have never even heard those words before. Those were info that you didn't choose. Do you understand? You could say, well, hey, I clicked on this, so then I chose it. No, because you didn't know that I was going to say that. Do we understand? Doesn't mean that we can protect ourselves from everything. But if we prevent most info that we don't choose from reaching us, then we can self-curate our own paths of positive, of hope. We can surround ourselves with people who are laughing, who are smiling, who are happy, who are feeling accomplished. We can watch things and we can listen to things that have those things, that are people laughing, smiling, being happy, feeling accomplished, being light. Do you guys understand? So when an ad pops up, all of a sudden you were gonna watch a video of that star girl doing that concert, and all of a sudden, right before that, an ad pops up. And this ad, for some reason, has some keywords and has some approximations of things that maybe you don't enjoy, right? Maybe you don't enjoy a cactus, right? Like in a little pot on the window sill. Why? Because maybe you got stung by one, or you touched it, you were trying to water it and you got hurt. Do you guys understand? So that means that anytime if you see a cactus, for you it's bad. For me it's great. Do you get it? I have great positives with the cactus, but you might not. So at any point when they do something, you immediately know, because you're like, wait a minute, I just saw a cactus right now, right before I was gonna watch the Stargirl's concert video. Why would they do that? Why would that ad pop up for, hey, decorate your home with a plant? You all think it's coincidence. I'm telling you, it's not. Because remember, what did I say? That's one of your negatives. So you were going into that on a positive path. So now, by the time you start the Star concert, do you guys understand? Now, you got interrupted. A negative attack got presented to you. That's an attack, because your path got interrupted of +1, +2, +3. So you got reset. So that means that now, or if they had enough negatives in that ad, do you understand that they could actually start a path? It literally, all it is a -1, a -2, a -3, and that's it. Now, you're temporarily on a negative path. Just temporarily. It's easy to interrupt. But if you don't interrupt it, if you don't change your lens, do we understand that what ends up happening is that now you start listening to the Star concert, and you're gonna get mental thoughts that populate. You're gonna be like, well, this is childish. This is immature. Look, her clothes are wrinkly. What's up with the dancers? What's up with their weird things? And all these thoughts are populating here. I'm telling you, first of all, guys, that's not you. That's them. Because now that they started you on a negative path, they have easier access to you. And they keep inserting those things into your head. So now when you're consuming these things, well, guess what happens? It ruins the Star concert. Do we see? It prevents you from actually remaining on your positive path of happiness, of belief, because they interrupted it. And then when they're doing that, they're trying to do it. And you're like, wow, why? And you're like, no, like, why? Let me just consume it for what it is. But while you're consuming, you're like, ooh, yeah, that outfit from that background dancer over there, oh, that girl, that's a really good positive. But that one over there from that guy, that's a negative for me. It just is. So you just, hey, I'm gonna focus and look over there to the left. I'm gonna pay attention to that girl and the main star dancer. I'm not gonna look over there, because you know now there's a negative over there. You guys understand? Once you get to this point, you get to understand where your positive and negatives are. You don't have to consume the entire concert, the entire dance performance. You focus on your positives. Why? That's just how the world works. If you focus on the negatives, you're going to get consumed. I promise all of you. That's just how they do it. You have to learn this. But they're gonna try to ruin anything you do. And I'm telling you, it's as simple as when an attack happens, you feel different. And once you get to the point where you can recognize all of them, it's insane, because now you realize, wait, oh my God, it's happening all the time. So how could we manipulate this, right? We could listen to other people laughing, smiling, being happy, feeling accomplished. So I encourage all of you to not seek videos or things that have positive emotion. Don't go searching. Because when we search, we're exposed to new information that we normally wouldn't get, which means that they could curate things to us to start that negative, right? They could insert the negative one. Don't risk it. So use things that you know. So for example, do you, whoever's listening, have a video of when you successfully accomplished something? You know, I think for many of you, it's probably gonna be like graduation or, I don't know, a family reunion when you and your family were happy and laughing, or when you taught your kid how to walk, or things of those nature, right? Or maybe you trained your dog on something and you had a video, or those moments, right? Or like the first time your kid rolled over, something like that. Do you guys understand? If you have those videos saved, those are extremely powerful for you. Or maybe it was when, like, hey, I used to play World of Warcraft when my raiding guild that I led of 30 people, we accomplished a challenge that was impossible to overcome. It took us almost 500 attempts of trying, and it was like a 15-minute battle. Think about it, 15 minutes of execution and strategy. And we finally overcame it after like 2 months of working together with 30 people. Everyone was like yelling and happy and cheering and like, yeah, as we did it. And I'm telling you, if I re-listen to that at any point, I feel better because I can feel the happiness. I get teleported to that time period, but I can feel the feeling of accomplishment, of smiling, of happy, of laughter, of the relief of do you guys get it? So use your videos, use your things that you know. The only thing I will say, be careful about what you choose because it has to be related to what we call shields. Shields are the things that are your positives. You only need 5 to 15 of them. You don't need that many. But just be aware, they try to ruin them. So why do I say be careful about which videos you use or things of that nature that have positive emotion? Because if you use some that are related maybe to like people from your past, right? So like, hey, maybe like my mom from 30 years ago, if it's just for some of you, and she's not around anymore, do you guys understand that you can start a path there? Could be for good, but you have to be careful. Anyway, I'm gonna stop there because I'm giving you guys advanced tactics, but I believe that anyone who listens to this deserves to have all the knowledge. Some of you might be lost. That's okay. You're learning. Just keep rewatching this. Never trust random info that can be modified. No risks. Only 100% guaranteed info that you select. Once you finish this climb and you learn all this knowledge, I'm telling you, they catch on and they're gonna do anything they can consume you to darkness. Don't make it easy for them. They already try, but they don't really have to try right now because you don't know your positives and negatives. Once you learn them, you'll see the difference. It happens everywhere. You get attacked more, but you also now know how to be happy on demand. So I'll say this one more time, guys. We've covered so much that most of you have no idea where we began, and that's okay. I just want to show you guys that's how it's done. Repetition and recency matters. Do you understand? But when I say that, I teleport you back there. Think of it like it's like a transcript, right? And right now we are down here, but if I said that, hey, do you guys remember where we began? I teleport you back to the beginning of this video or the transcript. Do we understand? That's how the world operates. So I want you, whoever's listening, to believe again, to remember. Why did you forget how amazing you are? Has anyone told you that today? You deserve to be reminded of that every single day. Create reminders for yourself. Write it out on a piece of paper. Say, I'm amazing. I believe. I'm incredible. Because you are. For how much you do and how much you've overcome. The reason why you're still standing. The reason why you have nothing to worry about. Despite whatever circumstances you're dealing with. Because you are amazing. You are talented. You can achieve anything. You are capable. You've always been. They made you forget. Your way has always been the way. Your approach is incredible. I need you to be you. Your words, your questions, your methods, your approach, they make me consider other ways. When you're not contributing, when you're not doing, when you're not believing, it's just not the same. The way you think about things, the way you walk, it's like no other. The path that you choose to go on, that you choose, not that you let other people choose for you. Those ones that you choose, they inspire countless others. They don't tell you, but they do. So let this be the moment you remember. I'm worth it. You're amazing. You're incredible. You got this. I need you to keep doing your way. Please. Your uniqueness is what makes you special. Be you. Be free. Don't ever stop doing the things you love. Don't let them stop you. Anyone would be fortunate to have an opportunity to have 1 second with you, because you make everything better. The blessings that you spread around you, the light aura. It's time for you to reclaim control of the narrative. You're an author. You're a writer. You got this. It's time for you to write your own story. No longer let them tell you what your worth is. You determine your worth. You know how good you are, not what some silly external metric tells you. Because you are able to do anything and you can achieve anything. And if you're not able to yet, it's because you're learning. If the first time it goes wrong, it's not a mistake. It's just you're learning the strategy so you can modify. Take what happened, modify. You got this. Break free. March forward to a new future, the one you write. You get to decide because you can do anything. So, could belief in happiness simply be a path? What do you guys think? If I can control what is presented to you repeatedly, and when and where, meaning the order, for positive, hopefully, or for negative, does that mean that I could determine your path at any point if I learn your code, your positives or negatives? Oh, you like hot Latinas? Here's one that walks by. You get an ad with a hot Latina in them. Could there be things that learn our vulnerabilities from our past? That were made to happen intentionally? To have things to remind us of? Or if not, could we program new things and attach them to those same things, to as many things as possible, to keep us down? And on a path of disbelief, of sadness, of no worth? I'm saying that's our reality. That's my experience. That's what I'm dealing with. Is that what you're dealing with? So I've realized that we could do the same for positive. Oh yeah, we can. Learn your positive shields. Attach them to different things. Don't let them get tainted. Protect them at all costs. Just remember, anything that helps you, they will try to attack and corrupt. And you can catch it now. Whenever you're on the positive path, you can immediately identify your negatives or what was meant to be negative. So, with that said, now I think all of you are starting to understand why info is dangerous. Because it can be a +1 or a -1. And if it's not info that you choose, do we get it, guys? Doesn't matter if it's a book, a movie, a song, lyrics, anything. So, I ask all of you, could it be possible that things know our negatives and positives that they've previously installed in us through planned experiences? If every single time you went on a trip, I made sure you had the best trip of your life, don't you think that you would start enjoying trips? Do we get it, guys? That means that if I tell you, hey, if you do this, I'll give you a trip, won't you be quite likely and inspired to try because you want a trip? Do we get it, guys? This means that if they know what to present prior to a situation, they know if you're going to be happy, if you're going to believe, or if you're going to be negative and have no faith. So until you know your positive negatives, that means that you let something else determine your mood, your outlook, your happiness, and your belief. Could social media feeds, searches, ads, and anything that has modifiable info be curated to have the exact info pieces that are related to our positives or negatives? From my experience, just so you guys know, I'm not trying to make you guys feel down, but I just want you to get the answers. It's mostly negative, regardless of what you do to your algorithm or your ability to rewrite the meaning. There are positives in there, but there's mostly negative. Think of it like, I always use video games, right? But for some of you guys who watch movies, just think of it like John Wick. I think most of you know that. And there's just countless little like Russian dudes everywhere. Those are all enemies. Those are all negatives, right? He's so powerful, right? So he knows his positives, so he can keep going to his positives. But it doesn't matter. I'm saying that it doesn't matter if they're harmless. I'm saying it's still mostly negative. They're just little foes to overcome. Most of them we surpass, right? And we can easily just swat them away or swipe them with a sword or throw a dagger from halfway across the room and do that. We can. Do you guys understand? You're able to do that. But you don't understand that if there's sufficient nudges and there's sufficient reminders, it doesn't matter. You can start a path. How do they start John Wick on a path of revenge? Do you guys get it? They made him negative. Do we get it? Even if all of it is irrelevant, if you keep presenting a -1, -2, a -3, even if you can just throw a pencil, you can still control someone. Here's one for you guys who got this far. On your social media post feed, if let's say you see a post of a kid saving a dove, I think of Bluey, right? Fruit bat. I think it's a positive. I think those are great. I love animals. Animals are my army of freedom because they're free. And kids are great. Right? They're an opportunity for us to create a new life, to re-experience life, to do our positives, to pass on our knowledge, to evolve humanity, to ascend, to break all the conditioning, break all the programming, become a healer preemptively and prevent them from ever having any insecurities installed. We can do our best. We can't protect them from everything, but it doesn't mean overprotectiveness. It just means that if anything happens, we know how to interrupt them and rewrite what happened so that they understand that any reinforcement that follows is incorrect. That's just a parenting tip for anyone. Anyway, so what you don't realize when you see that post of a kid saving a dove is that the user who posted that is a reminder of someone who did something bad to you in your past or to your child that you have. You don't notice it right away, right? Because why would you? Because you focused on the kid, you focused on the dove. But I'm telling you, it could be the outfit, the picture of the user of the post. It could be the name of the user of the post. It could be certain words that they put in the post that have descriptions. And I'm telling you, while you're doing that, all of a sudden you're getting like nudge mental thoughts. And even if you don't notice it, because once you learn all this stuff, you do notice it. But mentally, your memory is keeping track of the recency. So since you were unaware and oblivious to how they do it, all of a sudden you get reminders inserted into your head and they start popping up and you're like, oh, why am I remembering the one time when, oh, my kid was running around chasing birds. Oh, yeah, that's right, in Acapulco. Or when he went to the Children's Museum. See, I flipped it to positive because I didn't want to start negatives, but do you understand? That's how they do it for negatives, guys. And then most of you claim that your feed is positive. Like, I saw a kid saving a dove. You didn't realize that they used that as a bait because they had other things around it. Now, you can hyper-focus on that, but do you guys understand what I'm saying? Why risk consuming excessive info that you don't control? You don't need it. So, I gave you guys a lot. I gave you guys so much more than I thought I would, but that's just how it works. For anyone who actually watches this, I'm telling you, these are my experiences. I challenge each and every one of you to question. Does it take away some meaning from life if belief in happiness is truly just a path? Because that means that it doesn't matter what I do. If I know you're positive, I can make you happy again. I can make you believe. So I'm telling all of you, my wish for each and every one of you, learn your positives. Believe, be happy, create paths for yourself that do so, and limit the negatives. But the question is, now that you've heard all of this, these are just my experiences. I challenge you to evaluate them from your own. Don't determine an answer right away. Start reflecting on this. Rewatch it again. And as you're doing so, write down things like, wait a minute. Anytime you have that, like, wait a minute. Write things down. You're going to start some paths. You're going to get a little negative. I apologize in advance, but it's important to do so because what we're trying to do is we're trying to break your bubble. Because right now your guys' reality bubble is stuck. We're trying to expand it so that you can see what lies beyond the bubble. Right now you guys can't see. Because once you see, you can never unsee. Are there some negatives to that? Sure. But I'm telling you, once you understand that, you're protected then because you can fight back. And that's the most important thing. Right now, most of you are walking around not knowing why today I'm sad and yesterday I was happy, and yet nothing really changed. What happened? I just don't feel good today. I'm telling you, this is how they did it. I'm telling you. So, now you all know. Now you can literally brainwash yourself to be happy and believe as many times as you want, whenever you want. Will you do so? Will it take away the meaning of experiences? I used to think so. Now I don't. Why? Because until this world changes how it operates, if we continue to get attacked the way we do, then we do what we must. It's that simple. And I challenge all of you to join me in that belief. We do as we must. Yet we're not hurting people. We're not choosing revenge. We're just choosing to create self-paths for ourselves of belief and happiness. And we're using code, so things that we know that have the positive emotions, and then teleport us to those feelings as a way to reinforce our path. But these are my experiences. Maybe your reality is different. So, could belief in happiness be a programmed, repeatable path? You tell me. You got this. You're amazing. I know you are.